Hello, I'm pleased to introduce the Northwind Reading Series' newest virtual reading. I'm Linda Robertson and work with local poets Sheila Bender, Sharon Carter, and Holly Hughes to organize and present the Northwind Reading Series. We look forward to the time when we can gather with the community again at the Northwind Arts Center on Water Street. Until then, we plan to continue with these virtual readings. Each August, I look forward to Northwind's Ekphrastic event. Local writers go to the Northwind Arts Center, explore the current exhibit, and choose one or more paintings, photographs, or sculptures to respond to with a poem. A few weeks later, the community gathers at an open mic to listen to and enjoy the poems that were written in response to the art exhibit. Poet Edward Hirsch has said, "Works of art initiate and provoke other works of art. The process is a source of art itself." I hope you'll enjoy these 9 wonderful poems and the art that initiated and provoked them. I'd like to thank the artists and the poets for contributing to this event.
This is Diane Knox. I was inspired by Elizabeth Reutlinger's Canyon. My poem, Island Canyon, follows. Island Canyon. Sunlight plays with the hills and sky, forming a grand red and orange rim. Dusky water laps at the canyon's reflected cloud floor, elusively deep. Water above the islands reveals the illusion. Our eyes and minds trick us to fathomless depths. Truth comes with the last insightful ray.
This is Joanne Clarkson reading my poem based on the painting The Leafless Trees by artist Wanda Mawhinney. The Leafless Trees. It is not possible to paint a tree with no leaves. It is never quite that much winter. With every gust of northeast wind, you see the flame shapes of pale green quick press the air, like a young girl learning arpeggios. Tremble that is neither mirage or rainlight. The deep blue pool beneath the trees holds the veins of old leaves and feeds them to the xylem, faithful wood, bearing them cell by cell upwards into a December sky. If you listen, you can hear past conversation. First snow slapping the hands that once clasped summer. It is impossible not to daub the action of this slap around the white trunk. No one can paint the skeleton of a maple without strokes of golden. Even the dun and dust of orchards deserve their halo. And the orange you remember is more than a lost thought. Leaves are the truth of the trees and cannot be unspoken, unbrushed, unannounced. You can feel how the painter had to take, a knife to the thick, buttery, seamless color and create them. Go back, look, come closer, see. Every summer is here in these leafless trees. Thank you.
Hello, Nancy Fowler, reading a poem written in response to the photograph Return of the Golden Grasses by Brian Goodman. Out the window at 40 miles per hour. The woods along the highway from Salem to Bend are enchanting in autumn. The sun's glow shimmers through the aspen, magnifies the warmth in the earth's gold carpet, even as the chilled air hints at winter to come. A moment captured by Goodman in the light and in the darker tones. Observe with your heart as well as your eyes, or perhaps even better, dream its mysteries could be revealed. A bear might push through the dry grasses, or a wood nymph peer from behind a mottled tree trunk. The tentacles of this tangled enchantment might pull you inside.
Hello, I'm Carl Jensen. Duane Ervin created a beautiful wooden box that I believe is untitled, but it did inspire my poem titled Beauty Foreseen. Pattern in the wood, neither orchid nor river, is, sure as lanterns hung in steeple, a signal. What comes is prescribed in grain. The tree hewn for this chest knew a lace bra and flowered dress would caress electric skin. Lavender mingled with cedar would rise, as happened to it long since. Thank you.
Gale County, Morning in Luca, painting by Jean Edwards. Morning in Luca, nobody shall sleep, after a painting by Jean Edwards. In the painting, a middle-aged woman dressed in red trench coat walks the busy promenade. 20 years ago, that might have been me, the summer we visited Tuscany. One morning, I woke early, strolled the streets of Lucca, looking for a cappuccino. True, I wouldn't have worn a skirt like this woman, and never a purse that folded like an envelope. But I had red hair, and I loved to walk. The day before, we visited Puccini's birthplace, listened to a recording of Nessun Dorma. We were 4, 2 couples staying in a pensione called the Bird's Nest. Of course, none of us could sleep. Every afternoon we explored together, but the early light was mine, just as it must have been this artist's as she painted the scene, or the woman in the red coat as she walked down the street. That morning, I went to a small church, and in their shop that sold rosaries, I bought a poster of a fresco, Madonna and Child. There was someone else in the portrait. She was rinsing white sheets in a basin. A midwife. I was happy about that. Who wants to birth a child without the help of another woman? Later that day, the 4 of us walked the walls surrounding the city. Built in the Middle Ages, the ancient edifice had joggers and bikers circling on the path. I know it is wrong, but I took a piece of the crumbled mortar. I learned that theft from my mother. She midwifed me into petty crime, stealing plastic headsets from planes, or worse, small fossils from the petrified forests. Scarcity and keepsakes, her 2 excuses. But for now, I bless this artist who gives me this scene, a souvenir of that moment in Lucca. A woman alone in a red trench coat, bathed in morning light.
Bill Mawhinney, an ekphrastic poem inspired by BRANTS at Dawn, a photograph by Kerry Tremain. This poem is titled Air Between Us. In this late COVID-19 summer, I long for remnants of what I assumed would always be normal. Standing in my morning garden, I watch ragged V's of geese wing south without a backward glance, rising like morning prayer above me, breasting their way through blank air, pulled by compasses embedded in their blood. They disappear beyond horizons of trees, and I raise my hand to the brightening sky and wave them wishes for a safe journey. Then stand here feeling a palpable piece of my world going south too. A tiny virus made handshakes defunct. No high fives, fist bumps or snappy hand slaps. Bear hugs and cheek kisses disappeared. Elbow bumps, don't cut it. Will I ever grasp another's hand again? I admire how those geese socially distance in their V formation, yet support flockmates through the air between them. They sink their flapping wings to pass updrafts of air from their swirling vortex to a companion flying behind. But 6 feet of dictated social distance will never nourish me like that. I need rejuvenating fires of touch to lift me through the changing winds ahead.
J. Johnson, Deep Blue River by Evan Miller. River. The river is a dream a boy slips into. Minnows speak to his skin. Wherever they go, he wants to go with them. But he stays with the catfish that drag a slow fin, and he pulls in a simple life. His hands dip into the mirror of the river. Birds fly into them and disappear. Clouds tumble over his fingers. He hears the moon send owl sounds in ripples, grows old and simply closes his eyes while fish school like stars without blinking, and the river moves on.
I'm Carol Despo Fawcett. The artwork that inspired my poem is Forest Dreams by Michelle Soderstrom. Until we meet again, magnolia tree. Hello, you. Go ahead. Touch the ivy wrapped around my trunk. Let your eyes follow its spinning arc skyward toward my crown. Come closer. Push past vines. Lay your hand against my bark. Go ahead. Wrap your arms around me. Feel my solidness against your chest. Place your cheek on my soft sangria petals. You should know, my leaves only appear green because I eat red and blue light. But I am a good listener. Is this what you need during this solitary time? Your pulse slows, your eyes close. I feel your sigh, taste your loneliness. I could tell you stories of past pandemics, pestilence, suicide, bodies piled high. Instead, I'll sing you a lullaby, whispering, in the end, when there is only mycelium and stardust, what story will your bones tell?
Carol Prisman Reed, Madrona Hill Grove, a painting by Meg Kaczyk. Across the path, a fallen tree, caught in sunset, fire in my breast from running away, love hunting me into midnight. Between one breath and the next, I am fallen, caught in midnight, alone, fallen.
Hello, I'm Sheila Bender, one of the 4 who coordinate the Northwind Art Center Poetry Reading Series. I'm so glad we had the opportunity to have our 9 poets who recorded themselves reading for the annual Ekphrastic poetry writing event. It's a little late being put up there this year, but thanks to each of the poets for recording their work, and to Charlie Fleischman for putting all of those segments together into this video for you to watch. If you would like to see more of the series that we've been carrying on virtually these last months, please visit our Facebook page. Facebook address is Northwind Reading Series. And you can go also to the Northwind Art Center website, where you can click on events and you'll see the reading series listed in the drop-down menu. Thank you again to all. Really appreciate that we can do this and bring the work to so many people.